Welcome back to my channel. So now what we want to look at is Excel and then the tool which is called conditional formatting. So let's say you have your data like this here, right? And then you want your data to stand out based on a condition or based on the color, right? You want your data to stand out. For example, this spreadsheet consists of the sales figures, the target, and then the region there, right? So what you want to do is that let's say you have reached the target, right? Let's say North region has reached the target. You want the cells figures to change color to green, meaning that you have managed to reach the target. So once this figure is higher than that figure this side on the target side, you want the cells figures to change color to green, right? So you want to monitor the cell based on using conditional formatting. Okay, so I've explained the spreadsheet there. So now what we want to do basically is I want to monitor the sales figures. I want sales figures to change color to green once the target has been made, right? So conditional formatting, you find it under home. There is home tab there. And then there's a group called styles. Under styles there, you just click on conditional formatting. And then I want to use this option there at the top, which is highlight cells. So I have greater than, you click on greater than. So what I want to do is I want this cell if it's greater than that cell. So here, since I've clicked, I already started clicking here, so the rule will apply to this cell, right? So I want this cell greater than that cell. As you can see now, automatically changes color to red because the red color is the one that's been chosen this side. But I want the cell to change color to green because for me, red is a bit stands for negative, right? But I have reached the target, which means a good thing for me. So I want that cell to change color to green. So you can do the formatting this side, drop down arrow, and then say green, fill with dark green there. I want to fill with dark green. You see changes color and then you click OK. So but now I want this conditional formatting to apply to the rest of my cells there. So what I can do is I can drag my formula down. Okay, let me, or you can do this. Let me go back to my formula, say manage rules, and then you'll notice there that I can edit my rule there. You can see value greater than, and then I want to remove the dollar sign. I want to remove the absolute cell reference because I want to drag my formula down so that it can apply. I want to drag my formula down, so I want it to follow two other cells this side. So I've removed that, and then I click OK. And then the other thing is you can come this side and be like, okay, it says applies to. So you can see that this conditional formatting only applies to C4. So I can change that also this side. Can click there and then say, okay, that I want it to apply to from C4 to C7, right? And then click the cell selector again and then say apply. You see, then it is applied to all of these cells. So you can see I have like the north region, which has met the target, and the west region has met the target. And then the other important thing is that these are dynamic. Let's say now it happens that the south region meets the target. Let's say now maybe we're on 8 something. You see, once it reaches that target, then it also automatically change color. So they are dynamic. They will pick up the changes. All right, that's number one way of using conditional formatting. And then this side, let's try to use a different method of conditional formatting. So let's say maybe you have like these cells here, these cells figures this side, that represent the different categories of your products. So now you want to highlight these cells based using the conditional formatting, but you want the higher figures to be highlighted by green color, and then the ones that are above average like to have their own color, and then below average to have their own color. So we can do that also by clicking on conditional formatting, and then you go to color scales. You can see we have green there, green, yellow, red. So what Excel does, it looks at your data and then it groups that data into three groups. The first one will be green, will be the higher figures, right? And then yellow will be like the just above average, and then the red becomes below average. So it will just analyze your data and then put it in those groups. So for you now, you don't have to calculate anything, right? You just like highlight the data and Excel will do the rest for you, or conditional formatting will do the rest for you. As you can see, the higher figures there, and then the ones that are above average, they are in green. Sorry, the one that are above average are in yellow, and then below average is red. So any data, if you want to get the you want to analyze your data, you want your data to stand out, right? You want to see the above average, the below average, and the highest figures. You can also use conditional formatting to do that. So with conditional formatting, I can also apply two conditions on that same data. I can use the icons now. If I want to, you can see I can use the icons, use whatever I want to use there, right? Okay. And then on this side, we have a different scenario. Now, the scenario that we have on this side is that, let's say the recruiting department is approached me uh, to help them pick out the people, the learners, or the people that do qualify for a learnership. So they qualify for a learnership based on their age. So in order for you to qualify for a learnership, you must be above 25, and then but not older than 30. So we're looking for people that are between the ages of 25 to 30. So as you can see now, it's easy for me to point out who qualifies for this learnership because I can see who's between 25 and 30, right? So who's 25, and then below 30. I can easily see that. But we always deal with enormous data. So it was for this request came from the recruiting department on my side, on my company. They were asking for us to select the people that qualify for leadership based on an Excel function so that they can easily identify the ones that qualify, because the criteria was the age, is that you were supposed to be 25 or above 25, but not older than 30. So we need to highlight here the the learners that are between 25 and 30. So the ones that qualify for the learnership, they must be highlighted by green. But what if now your data, it's a enormous data, like big data reaches to the bottom there? It will be difficult for you to just look at it and be able to point out and say, okay, this one qualifies. So you need a formula that can do that for you. So we can also utilize conditional formatting to do the same thing. So I click there and then I add a formula. So we have used this one greater than, and then we have used the color scales, we've used the icons. Now we want to create a new rule, a rule. So there's so much you can do with the conditional formatting, right? Format a cell based on the values, format only cells that contain, or you can use your formula. So now we want to try out, we want to use a formula. So we want to use and. So let's say equal sign. Um, this cell, right? Let me remove the dollar sign because I would like to drag the formula down after this. Let me say D16 and then be like, okay, greater than or equals to, because we want to say, okay, if the person is uh, 25 years of age or older than 25, they qualify for this learnership, right? So if D16 is greater than or equals to this cell, right? Okay, we need to start with an and because I want to use two options. Let me say and at the right, and then I do have and there. So and will evaluate the two arguments. Okay, my second argument is that this cell, the person must be less than or equals to 30, right? To that. So in order for them to qualify for the learnership, right? So I'm saying this person must be 25 years of age or older than 25, but not older than 30 to qualify for this learnership. That's what I'm saying there. All right, D16 greater than or equals to E16. Okay, D16, I want to remove that dollar sign so I can be able to track down my formula. And then D16, the F16, and then the formatting, we said we want color green, fill color green, which means that this person qualifies for this. So end function will evaluate the two arguments. We have given end function the first argument, which is this one, right? D16 greater than or equals to E16, and then the second argument is D16 less than or equals to F16, right? And then say, okay, you can see this person has been highlighted by green because they qualify for that. So anyone who qualifies for this learnership, that age will be highlighted. So anyone between 25 to 30, that must be highlighted by green. Right, let me track it down. I'm only looking for a formula. Drop down arrow, say field formatting only. Then you can see if you're 30, you're 25, and then so 25, not less than 25, but not older than 30. So those are the people that qualify for the learnership. So you can use conditional formatting for so many things. So in short, that was the conditional formatting. I hope it makes sense or it's clear to you. If you have any question, drop a question on the comments, then I'll be able to assist. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope it was informative. See you on my next video.